eCapitol News Director Sean Ashley joins us to discuss what else was going on at the Capitol this week. Sean, thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome.
Now, the Oklahoma Policy Institute has released a study of the new tax bills and pay raises that show that funding shortfalls, especially in the second year of the pay raises. Do the lawmakers know how that they're going to fix that?
Well, they anticipate that there will be growth revenue between now and then that will cover that deficit. What happens in this piece of legislation, House Bill 1010XX, the funding bill that was approved a couple of weeks ago, is that the first year most of the money pours into the General Revenue Fund, particularly money from the cigarette tax. However, in the second year, which is fiscal year 2020, that money is set aside for the Health Care Enhancement Fund. So it is pulled out of the General Revenue Fund. And that will be upwards of $250 million that will move from one fund to another that will have to be overcome by growth revenue. If that growth revenue is not there, lawmakers will have to look at a way of balancing the budget with whatever amount of money they have while having that additional money to fund health needs.
Now, what issues remain for lawmakers to work out for the 2019 fiscal year, which begins July 1st?
Well, the majority of the budget, actually. They will appropriate about $7 billion when all is said and done. Already with the House Bill 3705, which provides $2.9 billion of funding for the Department of Education, they've taken a big bite out of that. But all the other agencies still need their funding for the coming year, which also includes money that was promised to state employees for their pay raises. So they have to cover those costs as well.
Now, related to this, of course, hundreds of people showed up to file to run for public office. How does that compare to years past?
Well, it looks like it's going to be a record year compared to the most recent years for which the state election board has data. Additionally, what we are seeing is that a number of sitting incumbents will face challengers in the primary elections in June, and then perhaps in November as well.
Now, this was also a deadline week.
That's right. We saw a large number of bills that had gone from the House to the Senate and from the Senate to the House that simply did not make it through the process. Normally, lawmakers put about 421 measures on Governor Mary Fallon's desk for her consideration. It looks like they're going to fall well short of that number this year.
All right. Sean Ashley from eCapitol News, thanks for joining us.
You're very welcome.